Welcome to another Sunday live session on Earthworks Hub. I'm your host, Ivan Orlovic, and this is the hub, the only hub that you should be watching, and the only hub that your missus will want you to be watching. It's Sunday, the 22nd of the 9th. Like I said not long ago, I think in the last episode, Christmas is around the corner. So before you know it, we're going to be on Christmas holidays, if you're not working over the holidays. And it'll be another year already, so let's do whatever we can before then. It's the start of school holidays here in Melbourne, so to everyone that's got kids in there, I'm sure you're all going to be busy doing kid stuff the next 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I'm going to be working. I haven't got any time off this time. Usually we take holidays and go away and do stuff, but I've been just too busy lately to have any holidays planned, so not yet. This week we've had a couple of things. So I had an achievement with TikTok, so thank you to all my TikTok followers. We've achieved 3,000 followers on there, so thank you to everyone on TikTok that is following. Also, ensure that you are following me on other platforms such as Instagram, on Spotify, on YouTube, Facebook, on all platforms. So please make sure you go and do that. And also, make sure that you go and register yourself on earthworkshub.com.au as a member, and then you can use the website to do all sorts of stuff, all for Earthworks related stuff. So once again, thank you to all my TikTokers. I can see some likes and that coming up on the screen, so thank you to everyone for the likes and the gifts and stuff that I get. So during the week, I do a lot of live sessions. Majority of that time I spend on TikTok because that seems to be where I get most of the viewers during the week. And then what I do is I record myself while I'm working. So while I'm working, I have the camera facing out, and people get to see what actually happens during a work day on my work sites. So if you're not on TikTok, go across to TikTok during the daytime and you'll see me on there. I've done some Instagram ones, but it just seems to be that not many people on Instagram jump on during the day. I don't know what it is, if there's some difference there between who's working and who's not or something, but yeah, it seems to be a lot more people on TikTok during the week, so that's why I do that. So thank you. Yeah, 3,000 viewers now, or followers on TikTok, and not far off that with Instagram. So I think it's nearly 3 as well. So we're moving up. This week I also did an interview, which I just everyone on Instagram's writing we're busy working. So that's probably the answer to my question. I think a lot of the guys on Instagram are people that are currently on, in the earthworks industry and actually like on machinery and that. Whereas a lot of people on TikTok, there's a big variety of like young kids that are at school or at home, or people not working and that too. So that's probably why. Anyway, I released today a video of an interview I did with Aaron from Definitive Contracting. So I don't know if a lot of people had a chance to really listen to that yet, but if you haven't, go and listen to that even tomorrow while you're working. That is a fantastic interview with a heavy machinery diesel mechanic, and he talked about not only his business and what he does and how he got there, but he really gave us a couple of really good hints and tips about our machinery, and he actually answered a lot of questions. So during the week, I put up a post saying, I'm going to be interviewing a diesel mechanic. What questions would you like me to ask? So I went and asked him all those questions. So especially for the guys that asked questions and posted up some comments on that post, watch the interview and you'll see your questions answered. So the good thing is, and I don't know if he's on here at the moment, I was hoping he might join, we've actually come up with an idea, and what we're going to do is we're going to have Aaron join my live sessions on a regular basis. So I don't know whether it's going to be weekly, monthly, fortnightly, but he's going to come on a regular basis, and we're going to have him on for like a 10-minute segment, and everyone can ask him technical questions, so anything about heavy machinery, maintenance-wise, preventative maintenance, all that stuff. Any questions you have that are technical, he will be on here to answer for you. So thank you to Aaron for volunteering for that. Actually, it was one of his ideas, so I have to admit it was a really, really good idea. I was thinking about it, but it's good that he's actually keen to do it. So look out for that. So we're going to have that coming up. What else was there? And then a big announcement is hard hat watches. So I don't know if you guys saw a couple of my posts where hard hat watches have I've been lucky enough to get one of these. I have an announcement. They're going to be affiliated with me, so we've joined forces, and now anyone can go onto their website. So you can use the link on my website. So go to earthworkshub.com.au, click on the hard hat watches link under partners, and you will get 10% off all their watches if you type in eWorks Hub. So I'll just repeat that for anyone who didn't hear it. If you go to earthworkshub.com.au, click on hard hat watches. When you go in there, when you go to checkout, so buy what you want to buy, go to checkout, and then use the coupon code eWorksHub, and you'll get 10% off. So that's awesome. Thank you very much to Hard Hat Watches for joining forces with me. And there might be some other stuff coming up. So Sydney Rockwell, he's spewing. He just said, "Oh shit, I ordered one the other day." Hey, you never know. Maybe hit him up and say, "Look, I just realised I didn't use the code." See what they say. They might still accept it. But yeah, no, that's good. So I'm really thankful for them. And once again, I've got to also thank all my other sponsors, which is Network Finance, the Bole Group, Melbourne Tractors, Spartan Machinery, sells Zoomline machines, Nexgen Landscapes, JR Safety Co, Digga Lid. So don't forget, with Digga Lid, you also get a discount if you type in eWorks Hub in the checkout section. And then also I've got to thank Digga, Godings, and Earthmoving Warehouse. So thank you to all those sponsors and affiliates and stuff like Hard Hat. So thank you very much. It's happening, guys. I'm telling you, the things are spreading, things are getting bigger. Going to earthworkshub.com.au is going to be a lot more worthwhile as time goes on. So make sure you go in there. And don't forget, even on the website, you can find tip sites, you can find events, and you can also find any trades, subcontractors, suppliers, anything to do with earthworks. If you need someone in the industry, you can go and find them on earthworkshub.com.au. And if you've got a business, so such as all the people that are probably watching, go on and list your businesses on there. So we've had a few more listings this week. Make sure you go in and have a look. It's expanding. It's getting more and more. All right. So last week we spoke about quotes. So I had a couple of the boys on here with me, and we spoke about what to put in your quotes. So tonight, my topic is going to be what happens after you've put your quotes in. So you've gone through all that trouble, took all those steps that we spoke about, got your quote ready, sent it in. What happens after that? So that's what I'm going to talk about now. Feel free to also hit me up with any other questions, and that includes the TikTokers here. Any other questions, I will try and answer them as well. But to keep things rolling, I'll just go on to my topic, and then we can answer things as we go. So you've done the quote, you've put all the points in like I said earlier, and like I said last week. If you haven't watched that episode, go back and have a look and you'll see all the points on there. But you've emailed the quote. The best thing is to always follow up. Don't just send it and then just don't follow up or do anything, because if you don't get the work, that's probably going to be part of the reason. Go and follow up the next day. So send the quote in, give them a little bit of time to read it and whatever. The next day, I always say follow up, either with a phone call or an email or a text, and just say, hey, just double checking if you received my email with the quote, and if you've happened to read over it, and let me know if I've missed something, and then that way you can tell that they've got it, and two, they know that you're keen because you're ringing back straight away and following up. So it shows that you're keen to get the work. Then I always say a couple of days later, so maybe three days later, email them again or text or call and just say, hey, I'm just following up. I want to see how you went with my quote. Did I put everything in there that you wanted? Have I missed something? Is there anything else that I need to do? That way you're keeping in their mind. You know, they're gonna know who you are, and they're gonna remember that you've quoted them. Because if you think about it, sometimes these project managers have got more than one job on their mind, so it can slip. And if they're getting 20 quotes, they might forget about yours. But if you're the guy that's contacting them, following them up, you're going to be at the front of their mind all the time. So that's what I say. After a few days, definitely hit them up and just say, just double checking to see how we go. Then if you don't hear from them, for a little bit, maybe wait a week after that. So after a week, hit him up again and say, hey, look, I just want to double check how you're going. We're starting to fill up. We're getting booked out, and I really want to fit you in. So I need to know, is it likely we're going to go ahead, or is there something that you want me to clarify? What's your next step from here? And then just say, look, I don't want to be a pest constantly calling. So you tell me when's the best time to hear back from you, or how long will it be before I hear back from you, or if not, how long do you want it to be before I contact you? So then after that, if you don't want to sound like you're too keen or desperate, and you don't want to be a ball breaker, so then what I would say is then start leaving it for every weekly to 2 weekly after that. Just keep contacting them and saying, hey, how you going? I sent you the quote back on this date, and just double checking how everything's going with that, just to keep in their mind. Then, so if you don't get the job, don't just give up. Ask the question, and you'd be amazed how many people don't actually follow up and ask, why didn't I get this? Can I just ask you, and ask for their honest opinion. Just say, can you honestly tell me why didn't I get the job? Just so I know for future reference, in case I need to re-quote another job for you, in case I quote another job for you in the future, and for my other customers. So just say, what was it that made you choose somebody else? Was it the price? Was it, the availability? Was it the amount of people we have? Was it our experience? What is it? Nate the Digga, mate, good evening. I'm getting a few people commenting here, so yeah, thank you for commenting, Nate. That's what I would say. Make sure you ask them questions like, why didn't I get it? What was it that made you choose somebody else? Is it because they've got more machinery, or they're more known in the industry is it because you've already had some past dealings with them? What was it? And then if you do get the job, well done for starters. Then what you got to do is you got to also make sure that you're following up with things. So you can't just now say, oh, Grouse, I got the job, all right, just get back to me whenever you're ready. It's better for you to be proactive and keep in touch with them. So that way you're also pushing it along a little bit, because you don't want it to just keep going and nothing ever happens. You want the job to actually start, so you can plan and do things and actually make some money as well, yeah? So if you do get it, next thing is start organising like a site visit, so that you know what you're up against. So if you haven't gone to visit the site before you did the quote, then definitely if you get the job, you want to go and have a look. So definitely go out to the site, have a visit. If you can get the project manager that you're dealing with to come out with you and actually go through step by step what they want. Clarify, where am I going to be parking all my equipment? Where are we going to be? Where are the facilities? Where's the toilet? Where's this? Where's the lunch rooms? Where is the best access point for material coming in and for exiting if you're taking soil away or whatever. Make sure you clarify all these things with the project manager before you even start the project. So once you've done all that, talk about when you're going to start. So ask them, what's the likely date that we're going to start, so that you can start organising yourself. And then what I would say then is, as soon as you have a date and they tell you, we're going to probably start on such and such date, even if it's not 100%, as soon as you finish with them, I would be starting to plan and talk to all the subbies that you're going to use, any of your suppliers, and just start telling them potential dates. So start saying, look, we're probably going to start in about 3 weeks. I'm going to need, concrete pits, pipes, or whatever you're doing. I'm going to need, so much material. Start ringing up tip sites, anywhere that you're planning on taking that, any spoil. Go and ring them and ask, are you going to be open? Are you still going to be operating at that time? Is there going to be any reason that you're not operating? Because the last thing you want to do is go and start the job and then start ringing around, and then you find out that there's like a four-week wait for material, or a certain tip site that's down the road has just closed. So now that means you're going to have to go to another tip site, and obviously that's going to prolong your project and then cost you more, because then you're going to have to order more trucks to get dirt moving and so forth. And then you got all your subbies. If you're going to hire a subby in to come with a grader, or you need a moxie, or you need something else, or a roller, you got to make sure that they're going to be free as well. So start talking to all of them as early as possible. You don't want to get caught out, like I said, and then they say, "Hey, I didn't know. I've taken another job on now." So, and that's the other thing. You got to have a backup, because there's been times where I've had that where it's hard. Even myself as a subby, you can't always guarantee you're going to be ready. You're available at that time. So you might have a job that started the week before, and you can't just leave that job after a few days because you've got to go to the other one, because you've got to finish the one you're on before you can go back. So you might have to allow for your subbies, allow a couple of days, like a gap between them when you thought they were going to come and when they actually do. So you got to have a bit of a backup plan. Or what if your subby can't make it anymore? You got to have another person that you can bring in, or another machine you can hire instead. So keep your options open. So not only do you have to notify all them, check if stock's available. That's the other thing I was saying, and the tip sites. You got to talk to floats. So if you're going to bring your machines in, so if you're bringing in large equipment, you've got to talk to the float companies and see whether they're going to be available to bring your machinery in around about that time. So it's always good to word them up a bit and say, look, in 3-4 weeks, I'm probably going to need you to move all these machines. Do you reckon you're going to do it? And just, you don't have to actually physically book it in, but just give them an idea so they know as it's coming up, and talk to them again as it gets closer, that they're going to have to do stuff for you. And then ask the project manager to send you all the files. Make sure they're sending you all the plans that you're going to need, any of the files for the GPS units, for the machine control. Ask them for RL levels. Ask them for a TBM somewhere. So get a data point and say, where is my data point? Because you're going to need that for your project, depending on what you're doing. But most projects, you're going to need somewhere, like a benchmark. You're going to need something, a mark somewhere on site, which is your base benchmark that you use to get all your RL, all your levels. So get one of those set up before you start. And that is basically it. And then as you get closer, just keep following up on those things. So that is just a couple of basic points on what I recommend doing after you win the job. And then then make sure that if you had your payment terms set as like getting a deposit beforehand, make sure you make an invoice for the deposit. Get exactly the invoicing details of them, which department you have to invoice, what reference number they want on there. Is it going to be a purchase order number they want? Stuff like that, And if you are going to be carting material and they need to know how much has gone out, so just say that was part of your quote for them to, it's per meter or per truck or something. Get yourself a little list put together so that you've got a list of all the trucks going out every day. So they might want to see that. They might want to see a run sheet of all the trucks that are leaving the site. And you might need to give them dockets from the tips, so they also keep all that. So just find out exactly what your customer requires. And that's it. That's basically my points on what to do if you win the job. So, TerraPro is asking, is it common to get a deposit with quoted works? Interested to know. It is. So, in my experience, what I try and do, because I know a lot of people are a bit sus on giving deposits. So a lot of people think, I'm just going to give a tradie a deposit, and they never turn up. They'll disappear, and that you hear that a lot. But that's the common thing people say. But I don't know whether it actually really does happen as often as what they think. So what I try and do is I say a deposit will be required at the end of the first day. So what I do is I say on the first day, at the end of the day, I want to see that you have sent a deposit over. And I don't always have to make it a big deposit, but just something to show that they are paying me. And one, it also means that they can see that I've turned up with my equipment, so it gives them a bit of reassurance that I'm not just going to take off. So it's like a one-for-one thing. So I'm saying that I'll come to site and start already, and I'll have my equipment on there, and everything will be happening. So you can see that we're committed, but also at the end of the first day, I want to see that you're committed and you've actually given me a deposit. So I don't know, just to build that bit of a trust thing. That's what I've done, and it's worked. I do that often. especially if it's a larger type and longer term job. I say, at least at the end of the first day, I want to see some sort of evidence that you're giving me something. And that way, you've built their confidence too. So Terra Pro saying, yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Yeah, I think it's fair for both parties then. And Sydney Rockwell saying, I get deposits on the first day that I start to cover some of the cost of the materials. There you go, exactly, yeah. So that's it. Yeah, no, good points. Good points. So looks like I'm not the only one that does that. So yeah, that would be the best thing, because I suppose it is. Imagine like this customer has to give you, 10 grand or 5 grand or even 15 grand, and then before you start the job, and then they're going to be thinking, wow, what if this guy doesn't turn up? So this way, I turn up. Worst case, if they don't do it, I can just take my machines away and it's just minimal cost. But if it's never happened, but most of the time they just fix it up. Or if they don't do it that day, the next day they'll say, hey, listen, I just fix it up for you today, and that's it. So it depends. It depends how fussy you want to get. Sydney Rockwell saying, been burnt one too many times. Yeah. So that's why I think if you just tell them at the end of the first day, it shows it's a mutual trust. I'm bringing my machines in on the on the notion that you're gonna be giving me some deposit at the end of the day. So there you go. Because you got to cover your costs as well, and at least that deposit can pay for some of your materials and that, and you can at least break even if you do have to walk away, and you're not stuck with having to pay for all those supplies and that because of these customers that didn't go ahead. Yeah. All right. So that's my points on what to do after you get the quote. Because a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many guys say, "Oh, I've quoted like 50 jobs," and then I say, "Oh, did you follow up on any of them?" And they go, "No, I've sent them all through." And I always say, "Why don't you just follow up on them? Maybe maybe they haven't even received your email. Who knows? You got to at least double check that and say, hey, did you just confirming whether you got it?" So that's the first step. Just make sure that they've actually got it. All right. So now I'm happy. I'm happy to take your questions. If there's something that anyone wants to talk about or ask about. Actually, while I've got everyone, so we had some conversations over the last 2 weeks about excavator hammers or rock breakers. What's the best way to store it overnight? So I don't know if everyone remembers that post I sent out, and then we had a conversation about it last week. So we said how most people said that you have to have the moil or the pin. It's a moil, a pin, a chisel. I get a million names for these rock breaker moils. So they say the best way is actually, yes. Even Aaron from Definitive said it is best to have your hammer standing upright with the pin into the ground, or if you're on concrete, just on the ground with the pins depressed, and leave that in front of your buckets overnight. That way nothing can go up into the behind the chisel and doesn't get pushed up into the seal area. So, and you did also confirm the best way to grease your hammer is always to have it with the pin down, depressed onto the ground, so that way you're actually greasing it around the pin or the moil, rather than having it when it's just on the ground laying down, because the moil might be pulled out, and then it leaves a gap there, and then all the grease goes in there, and then as you're firing later, it's going to push all the grease back up into the seals. So I think I think it was Austrac Civil that said that was the case, and he's right. Yeah, so Aaron has definitely confirmed that that's the best way. Hang on, Terra Pro is saying, I have a clause in my quotes and invoices that all materials that I provide are my property until paid in full. I do jobs under 10 grand to be paid on the day of completion, but I haven't done deposits. I like that. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. And then Sydney Rockwall is saying, if they want to proceed, make sure that they sign the quote also before you start the job. That's a good point. Yeah, that is a good point. It's good to get them to sign something, so at least that way you've got some sort of written confirmation from them. What I've done in the past actually for smaller jobs as well is I've actually taken a photo of their license, and I remember once this guy asked me, I can't remember what it was for, but I had to do a little job for him. And I said, can I just take a photo of your license? And he was like, what's that for? What do you need that for? And I said, so I know where to come when I'm collecting my money if you don't pay me. See, I've never really had anyone sort of not give it to me, but I have asked some people for that. I said, give me a photo of your license so that I know where I'm coming to collect my money. And they've always paid. They've always paid. What else? So there was something else we just said then. It prompted me, but I can't remember what it was now. Let me quickly scroll back through here. Oh, the clauses. Yeah, and what some other people do is they actually get like a customer to do like a prepaid. So for smaller type jobs, where they can afford to do that, they get like a prepaid amount, and say, you have to prepay the full day's work or 2 days work in advance, and then we'll refund whatever amount we don't use. So that's another way to do it. I did a post this week about I was using the 35 tonner, and I had a photo of me in front of the hammer. I don't know if everyone saw that. So if whoever hasn't seen it, go to my post and you'll see it. And then somebody wrote, I think it was on one of my Facebook pages, where's your hard hat? I love these guys, these keyboard warriors, that the first thing they always mention for any photo on the work site is where's your hard hat. It really, I don't know why, it just gets me when any photo you see of me out on the site, or even when I'm looking at other people's posts, it really gets up my nose when I see someone's first comment is like, where's their hard hat? Or where's their safety glasses? And I'm like, that's not the point of the picture. The picture is there for a different purpose. But there's always one safety, some, I don't know what you want to call them, like a safety snob that has to come and ruin it and then put in like a comment like that. And then I bet you the person that's posting it is probably someone that doesn't even work on the site. GR Dirtworks, good advice. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to see that people are actually taking the advice and listening, so that's really good. And open, yeah. So I encourage people to join and actually say their opinions as well. This is all about everyone helping everyone. So yeah, whatever input you can give, definitely give it, guys. Now is the time. And thank you to everyone on TikTok as well. Like I said, I keep watching the Instagram camera, but you guys can feel free as well. Oh, Think About It has joined. Think About It. Oh, and Jodes. Good evening, Jodes. Jodes is one of the regulars on my day. Like I was saying earlier, during the day I go live on TikTok, and Jodes is one of the ones that's on there often. So thank you very much for joining this evening. It's a different time zone now. Jack Healy saying safety Sam. That's what he calls those people that always talk about where's your hard hat. So it's just I just don't like it, man. I don't know why. It's like people can't think of anything, so they just make a comment like that. And then Terra Pro is saying, I love the ones that have a go about the boot. The boot is a 5-ton cab. Oh, the boot's inside, yeah. Just repeating what they've heard somewhere. No idea about 5-ton work. Yeah, that's exactly right, man. I hate when they say, why have you got boots on in the cabin? Or, why is your cabin not so clean? But it's like when you're in a small machine, you're constantly in and out. You can't take your boots off and sit in there. It's not that type of work. So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Terapo. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, here we go. Someone is saying, where is your bow tie and leather belt? Yeah, my bow tie and leather belt. I'll wear that on a different evening. Not during these sessions, yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you a funny story. I actually christened this Man Cave Cigar Lounge podcast studio. I actually christened it with my first cigar here the other night, and I sort of regret it a bit now because all I can smell in the background while I'm doing this is just cigar. It smells like a cigar in the brewery because we had a few drinks in here the other night, and I can just smell like it smells like a pub. Like an old pub when they used to let people smoke in there. That's what it smells like at the moment in here. So I probably made a bit of a mistake having a cigar in here. I didn't realise it would get that stinky, but unfortunately, that's what it is. Thought this was going somewhere else. TerraPro saying, yeah, no, no, not that way. Not that way, yeah. I do have the leather couch there, but no, not for what you're thinking, no. No, definitely not. Um, oh, but no bow ties or leather belts here. And yeah, like I said, yeah, I just it was good though. It was good to actually sit here, and I think I made a good decision making this into a mixed area, so I can actually do some work here, or I can chill out. I've got a TV you guys can't see, but I've set up a TV up ahead here in front of me. And you know what I'm going to buy next? I'm going to buy these little retro game things. It's funny, on Facebook, I looked it up. I saw something come up about a little retro game console. So you buy this little console and it gives you like 20,000 games. And they're all from my era when I was young. So it's all old Nintendo games, Sega, I don't know, Game Boy. There's like all these games on there, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Then there's like Mario Brothers and all that on there. There's all Atari games. So if anyone's got that, if anyone's got one of those, let me know what you think of them, because I want to get one. Space Invaders. That's it, TerraPro. Yeah, I want to get one and actually hook it up in here and have it as another thing to do in here. So yeah, and then the funny thing is, on Facebook, I liked that page, and now my feed on Facebook is just all these game consoles. It's all I get, all these different versions of the game consoles. But yeah, how cool is that, man? They're like $130 or something, and you get like 20 or 40,000 games, all these old retro games. Interesting, and you even get little joysticks with them and that. So yeah, that's what I want to get next for in here. Yeah, think about saying it was great for me moving here. Yeah, that's right. So I think I'm happy with my little background setup. If anyone's got any ideas for me as well, like if you'd like me to do something different, tell me, man. I'll set up the back a little bit different for everyone. I do have some more stuff up here, but you can't see it. I need to make it so I can move around and you can see different parts of it. We've got MOBA Australia joined, ATEX Supplies. Thank you very much. Diodoro Ted joined as well. Yeah, no, very good to see everyone on here. We've got the Digga Kid. Heaps of people. Very good. GR Dirtworks. Thank you very much. What's everyone going to be doing this week? Has everyone got any work planned? Anything special coming up? Is anyone going on holidays? Some lucky people have gone. I know some people have gone to Bali this week. That's one place I haven't been yet. Everyone recommends it, but I'm not really. I don't know if I'm that keen on going there for some reason. More retaining wall. He's doing so Jack Healy's saying he's doing some more retaining walls this week. Think about saying he's going to Sunshine. Sunshine. Somebody here wrote, why is everyone going there? They're just going to get Bali belly. That is true. That's what I always worry about. JJH Excavations, he's saying he's doing raft slabs. The old raft slabs. Man, I haven't dug slabs for a while, man. Nielsy's saying having a crack in a new Cat track loader. Very nice, very nice. Which one? They tell me it's a 255 or something. That's one machine I really, really want to try. The new 255s. Nielsy, you're very lucky if you're getting into one of those. Yeah, retaining walls. I haven't done one of those for ages either. It is a 255, you lucky boy. Yeah, that's one of the machines I really want to have a go on. I reckon that'd be an awesome machine. TerraPro smiling. Is that a smile or is that he's drooling? It's a drooling picture. Sorry, I couldn't tell. Yeah, TerraPro's drooling. Yeah, the 255 I reckon would be an awesome all-round machine. The other thing I'm going to get my hands on soon is I'm going to be doing a review on the new SVL 75-3s. Apparently they're really, really good. So after my interview with Godings, yeah, we were saying that the next time they get one in stock, I'm going to get a phone call and be able to go have a sit in one. So I can't wait to do that. Sydney Rockwalls is saying, continuing on with the stormwater spillway. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yes. With the rocks and that too, yeah. And TerraPro saying whereabouts, might have to do a site visit, Nielsy. Yeah, Nielsy, let me know, because there might be a whole bunch of us turning up there. ADM Civil has joined. How you going, Alex? So yeah, we've got a few people on. Yo, Morgs is on as well on TikTok. MBE High. Oh, sorry, Jack Healy saying Dubbo next Monday with Westtrack. Have a demo day. I know Westtrack are doing those demo days where they're travelling around in Dubbo. I might have to make a trip up there. I'll tell you. Well, next Monday, I might be able to make it, man. I might have to come up Dubbo. We'll see. Dubbo is a fair hike, but for me, it's a very, very fair hike. ADM saying, good, mate, how are you? Yes, I'm very good. And he's going to the Westtrack demo in Bathurst on Friday. Ooh, well done. Well done. Are you going to see Brenton up there, probably? I remember he appeared during our interview, didn't he? Yeah, Bathurst. Maybe I can make it up to Bathurst. On Friday? Oh, I can't come this Friday. Far out. All right, but yeah, that is a machine that I would really like to have a go on. Yeah, let us know if it's worth it. Let us know, man. He's currently looking at a calendar. Dubbo. Oh, yeah. Brenton. Alex is saying, yeah, called him and he's very keen to talk. Oh, there you go. There you go. Tell Brenton that I'm keen to have a go on one as well. See what he says. Say, come down to Melbourne so Ivan can have a bit of a go. Very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, it's good to see. But I wouldn't mind really having a go on the SVL 75 as well. Because I had one. I had a Dash 1 or Dash 2. I can't remember which one it was. And apparently the Dash 3 is meant to be really good. So I can't wait to go on one of those. Godings, if you're watching, I want to have a go on one of your SVLs. So make sure you hit me up when they come in stock. And then, yeah, the Cat 255, definitely a machine I'd love to get into. So, yeah, Nielsy, let me know how you go with it, mate. What else? What else is everyone else doing? What else is everybody doing? Susie's joined. Hello, Susie. Yeah, it's this week for myself is I'm going to be back on that Case 35 tonner again. Still breaking out more concrete. So everybody on TikTok, unfortunately, you're just going to see me on that hammer again all week, just breaking concrete. So nothing too exciting for me. And then working on Project Spalding, obviously, again. Because I had the Cat 249 and 239D, sorry, and that was a really good little machine, very comfortable, very reliable. So I had that for many years, since 2017. So yeah, a while. Susie saying, "Hey, I love your content. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thanks for watching as well." Diodoro Ted saying, "This week water main on a subdivision." There you go. There you go. So he's busy doing stuff as well. And Sydney Rockwell is saying Earthworks Hub should organise a demo day in Melbourne. Ooh, I like that. I like that idea. A demo day in Melbourne. You know what? Maybe I should do like a demo day where I get a couple of people or a couple of different companies bringing their machines and we can compare and try different machines. Yeah, you never know. That's not bad. You know what I was thinking about doing? Like a little competition. So call it the Earthworks Hub Operator Comp. What do you guys think about that? At Spalding HQ, yeah, true. We could do something there. That's basically ready to go. Oztrack Civil, thanks for joining. I was just saying that we had someone confirm what you said about the rock breaker. The best way to grease the rock breaker is with the moil depressed onto the ground. So watch my episode. Mova's just joined. I'll say that in a sec. But Oztrack, make sure you watch my latest episode with Aaron from Definitive Contracting. I've just posted it out this morning. It's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. Go on and you'll see your question answered, man. MOBA Australia is saying, I do like that demo day idea. I'll install some GPS on it. Ooh, I like it. Now we're all talking. Sydney Rockwell's getting excited as well, saying now we're talking. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Maybe I should organise something. Moba, if you're serious about attending a demo day, I'll tell you what, we should look at doing something. We should, yes. Let me see what I can do. Hardspot excavating, or Hardspot excavations. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I should look at doing something. What else? Any other ideas for that demo day? What else can we do? We can obviously have, Mova's got the thumbs up. I think it would be a good idea to get a couple of different brands. Do like our own little mini diesel dirt and turf, but we'll call it the Earthworks Hub Expo. Yeah, not bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right, let me keep that in mind. Actually, I might. Where's my pen? Oh, bloody hell! Here it is. Let me write that down. 1 second. Shit. Oh, I'm getting old, man. I can't even bend down. Where is it? So, if I say Earthworks Hub Demo Day, huh? That is a bloody good idea. And then Terra Pro said, next minute, Connex Oz. Hey, it might turn into something massive. Now, where is it? Earthworks Hub Demo Day. I like it. I like it. I will write that down. And then ADM is saying, how about an intro to operating day for the next generation? That's another idea. You know what? What is it? An operating intro to operating, yeah. It'd be good to get, people motivated. Yeah, that's right. Intro to operating day, yeah. I'd have to see how that works. The other hard thing would be insurances, because if something happens, I don't know what would happen if somebody got injured, or if something, imagine someone swings the machine around and knocks somebody out. I don't know what the repercussions would be. But that is a bloody good idea. I've always thought about these sort of things, even like creating like a little training program. But it's just the insurance part I always worry about. Like, what if something goes wrong? I mean, you can always get people to write waivers and stuff, but I don't know how they hold up if something does go wrong. I don't want to be the one to test that theory out. But I think there's some good ideas there, guys. That is really good. I wouldn't mind doing like a little demo day, Oh yeah, and ADM saying there, talk about pre-starts and things to notice on the machine. And then Jack Healy saying anyone who wants to go in the GPS machine. HMU. What's HMU again? You'll have to tell me on these trim. What's that? TM Landscaping's joined. Thank you. HMU. What is that? Tell me. Hit me up. Hit me up. Is it? Hit me up. Yeah, that's it. I've got to get in touch with all these. Is that acronyms? Is that what you call them? I've got to get in touch with these things. Is it IDK? I don't know. What's the other ones? I don't know. All I used to always say is CBF. I knew CBF. That was the one that I used to use often. Yeah, no, I think there's some good ideas there, man. Very, very good. And I think giving people a bit of a go with a GPS machine is another good idea, because a lot of people haven't used GPS. If it was to go ahead, just make sure we all have the time to cross promote and get people to come. I like it. That's the one, man. It would be a massive team effort, I tell you. But I'd be happy to host it. I'd be happy to do something at my facility. But it's not massive, yeah, so we probably can't get too big. But it'd be good to have, people come, try, sit on the machines, have a look how they work. And maybe we all gain something out of it, man. People might gain some work. Suppliers might gain, some more sales. I'll get more exposure. So we're all getting something out of it, I'll tell you what, man. It could be something that can go ahead. Very, very, very interesting. I'll just have to make sure we do it quick, because my warehouse is nearly finished and it's going to probably go up for rent soon. So I'd have to do it before anyone takes it. I'll have to tell the potential tenants that they'll have to wait for our specific day. No, not bad idea, guys. Not bad. It would be good to do it somewhere indoors, because if we were going to do something, then you don't have to worry about the weather in case it turns, because we all know how the Melbourne weather is. So ADM's obviously happy to come down and join us. Everyone's happy to travel. I like that. MOBA, I will keep that in mind as well. You haven't got away with it. We're gonna actually get in touch. I like it. What else, guys? Come on, let's get this thing going, mate. Any other ideas or any suggestions? TikTok, anything? EMB saying we need dirt. Oh, I suppose, yeah, you do. Well, that's if you really want someone. Oh, And Alex is saying you'll fly down. How cool is that? Jack's saying that we need some dirt there. Yeah, unfortunately though, then if it's indoors, it might be a bit hard. I don't really want to get my brand new concrete floors dirty by putting some dirt in there. But then again, it would be good to have somewhere there where there is soil or something to move around. Sydney Rockwell saying, when do I book the flight? You'll have to float your machine down as well. It'd be a bit of a cost, but you'll have to float it down. Show us how your rotating hitch works. ProScope Earthworks, how you going? There you go. Starbucks will surely supply dirt. Yeah, you know what? We could get old Jimmy involved. Yeah, very true. Very true. He might want to take over the show though. That's the only thing. Yeah, no, definitely something we could do, man. Yeah, I reckon it could be on the cards. Stowe's Earthworks, how you going? Stowe's, you'll have to give us some ideas as well. We're talking about a demo day. Is that what you want to call it? Like an expo, making our own little expo. It's just come up during the live session. We've just sort of gone with the flow, and we just keep adding to it. So if you've got anything you want to add, any suggestions for us, those, just give us some suggestions. What else? This is getting really exciting, guys. I don't know. I'd like to see something happen out of this. I'm getting excited now. What else? Yeah, we'd have to find a location somewhere though. I'll have to find something. I'm sure I can. But just also it depends on weather. What's the ideas so far? Well, Stows, we've got MOBA saying they're happy to come and to show how their GPS works, 2D, 3D. Oh, he's got to go. TerraPro's got to go. No worries, TerraPro. Thanks for joining and for your suggestions. Then TerraPro was suggesting bringing his 5-tonner down, so by chance he might get a MOBA system installed for the day to show it off. Mr. Healy is saying he's happy to bring some stuff down as well, to show how his equipment works. And Jack Healy saying have it at my yard, halfway for Sydney Rockwall. Hey, not bad idea, man. Not bad idea. Yeah, we could. We'll have to look at that. Because and then Stowe's, what we was talking about, we were saying like, Alex was saying he'll bring the sausage sizzle. So from ADM Landscapes, and then we were talking about where to have it. So Jack's saying have it at his. I was saying we could have it at my factory in Sunshine, but it's going to be indoors. But there's no dirt. That's the only problem. So we had a few different ideas there, and then we were talking about doing some like an intro to operating. So just talking about basics, so that anyone that's interested in starting, excavating or whatever, they can come and have a look and maybe have a go or just walk around the machines. So yeah, interesting, man, interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, because we do need something like that. In Melbourne, we don't really have like an expo, do we? I'm talking about Melbourne in particular, because I remember there was one they used to have at the showgrounds, but it sort of went, I don't know, it's gone. I don't know, was that a Diesel Dirt and Turf, but a Melbourne version, or was that something else? Because I remember I did it once, and then I did the operator comp at the Kubota stand, and I won that comp actually. I actually won the Kubota competition. And then it's gone. I haven't seen one since. And Stowe's is saying, yeah, sounds great. There you go. So, any suggestions there as to a location as well? Jack's in Moama. I don't know if we'd get people to go up there, but they could. They might. You might get people to travel. What else? It's nearly, I just noticed, it's already nearly 9 o'clock. That went very quick. We got into deep conversation then, didn't we? Anyway, that is something to really think about, because I often thought about doing something at my yard before we built the factory on it, and then we ended up doing the factory and building a warehouse, whatever. So now it's probably not going to happen there, but I think it's not a bad idea to look into doing some sort of a little bit of a expo thing. So let's see. I'll have to think about it. Blessos, thanks for joining as well. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. Blessos might have to come down from Yeppoon, in a bit of a drive, but he'll get here. Yeah, something to definitely think about. But I appreciate your input, guys. I really appreciate your input. I think that might be it for the evening. I might start wrapping it up. It's already nearly 9 o'clock. Bless those you joined a bit late. Should have been here earlier, 8 o'clock, mate. What's going on? That's why you need a hard hat watch. See, keep an eye on the time. No, thank you very much for your input, guys, on that. So we'll see where that takes us. Anyone that has any more ideas, definitely send me some messages afterwards or whenever, and then we can work on it, man. We can definitely work on it and see how we go. We shouldn't rule it out. So as much as we're joking about it, I reckon we could make something happen, and I reckon it'd be good. So I might even talk to all my sponsors and see if they're keen on doing something as well. So yeah, bless as you're saying, he's going to listen to it on Spotify first thing in the morning. Well done, mate. Well done. ADM Civil saying have a good weekend. He's out. Thanks for joining as well. To everyone as well on TikTok. Sorry I didn't really look at the screen much there, but I appreciate you guys coming on. Benji boy, thank you for joining. Here he is. Now, going back to what I said earlier, I gave you some points on what to do after you've quoted. So hopefully those points will be very helpful to everyone that's in the business of quoting. If you have any more questions about any of that, let me know. Hit me up. Make sure you're following me on all the platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're on Apple Podcast. So make sure you go on there. And don't forget, a lot of people get confused. They click on the YouTube podcast video, and that is audio only. But yet, if you go into my actual channel and click on videos, or even if you choose the podcast playlist, or the video podcast playlist, then you'll actually have video, and you'll be able to watch and listen. But Spotify and Apple, you can do both. It does video and audio. So thank you once again to everyone that's joined me on this Sunday evening. I will see everybody during the week on my live sessions while I'm working. If not, I'll see you all on the next live episode next Sunday. Thanks for joining, guys, and I hope you have a good week. See ya.